sit that right there, don't go nowhere, little baby gon' shake that, 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 shit, yeah, I like that, bring that, right here, sit that, right there, don't go.
Welcome back. We back with another reaction video. Today we are reacting to a vigilante detective video when cops expose the dumbest scammers ever. Let's get right into it.
I don't have no right to be arrested, and I wasn't driving.
Miss, calm down. Fuck up. You don't speak goddamn Spanish. What the fuck's wrong with you? You better get the fuck out of this town and not come back. Do you understand? What up? You don't speak goddamn Spanish. What the fuck's wrong with you? You better get the fuck back. Do you understand?
Huh?
So you got caught. You lied. Okay? No, listen to me.
Why do you keep interrupting? That means you're lying.
These cops exposed this scammer so quickly that he was left clueless.
I have to do with anything.
It means you're lying, as usual. Like I told you.
On May 27th, 2023, Ohio officers were called to a bank on a man attempting to commit fraud.
Hi.
Hi.
I'm gonna need you to wait a minute.
What is it?
Because, take your hand out your pocket for me.
What's going on?
Just wait a minute. Because we had a call
What's that?
saying that, you were trying to do some transactions and weren't using proper information.
How wasn't I using proper information?
Well, we're gonna figure this out.
This man stole a customer's identity and tried to cash out multiple checks, thinking he could lie his way out of it. But once he claimed he lived in California, the officers had enough and drilled him to bits.
In California?
Yes, sir.
That's weird because you just gave that address that's on your ID from Colorado.
Ooh. And he's
So you got
out of
caught.
here.
You lied. Okay? No, listen to me. Okay? They spoke to this actual David. They spoke to him. He's in Colorado. He didn't authorize any of this.
I'm
Because
telling you.
listen, it's kind of weird that, you say you live in California, but you give your address that's on your Colorado.
Listen, I have several houses.
With the exact same address?
No, but
That's weird.
I said California, it's Colorado.
So what's your address in California? Because I'm going to verify it. I'm going to call that police department. Tell me what city.
What city?
Yeah, what city?
It's Springfield, but
Springfield, California?
Springfield.
What's the address?
I don't.
So you just own houses that you don't know the address of?
It's an Airbnb, actually, and it's.
So you rent an Airbnb?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so what is the address?
I can look stuff up for you.
I want the
don't,
address.
Because you guys have me flustered, sir.
Have you flustered because you're stealing somebody's money?
You have me flustered.
Do you think banks are dumb?
I would hope not, because my money's in there.
Or somebody else's money that you're taking in Ohio? Why are you in Ohio?
Because I just came to Ohio.
He's in Ohio?
My sister
Where's your sister live?
over in Avon.
In Avon. So what are you doing in Akron? Why would you come to the U.S. Bank in Akron? So you decided to come almost an hour to go to the bank?
No, not necessarily. It's not. I didn't come here just to go to the bank.
So who drove you here?
I don't know who.
So you randomly got in a car with a guy?
No, it's not a random guy either. It's.
What's his name?
It's 2023.
And you came an hour
Uber.
to go to the bank?
No, we came an hour to go shopping.
Where? Where are you going shopping?
All over the place. We went to a few different places.
Please tell me where you're shopping in Akron.
We went to this. It was like a little thrift store over down the way. But
Where
I wasn't driving, sir. They dropped me off.
Where did he go?
I don't know. He's probably waiting for me.
Well, there's no cars in the parking lot other than our police cars.
Yeah, I left your ass.
In under 3 minutes, the cops tore apart the suspect's entire story and showed just how terrible of a scammer he was. He was basically tongue-tied at this point, but the officers would expose him so badly that he would never want to lie again.
Come to U.S. Bank. From Avon, you come down to Akron to U.S. Bank. Okay? You don't choose the U.S. Bank downtown. You don't choose the U.S. Bank anywhere else. Hang on a second, okay? We ask you for your address. You give us this address, but say it's in California, and this is a Colorado ID. Then you proceed to tell me you have multiple houses. So I tell you to tell me the address in California. Hold on, I'm not done yet. So I can look that up and have the police department in that town in California, which is Springfield. That's all you told me, because weird, Springfield's 250 feet down the road, Springfield, Ohio.
Right.
And then you proceed to tell me it's an Airbnb. I tell you to pull your phone out to show me the Airbnb account so I can confirm that. Conveniently, your phone's dead. You pull a bunch of cashier checks the other day. Your cashier checks end up with people with California IDs being cashed at different U.S. banks. You know all these banks talk, correct? U.S. Bank talks to a male who in Colorado with this same name that says, no, that is my bank account. No, I am not doing this.
Right.
So you lost an ID how long ago?
It was a couple of years ago or so.
Was it? Because this was issued on 12/5 of 19. When you get issued a new one, a couple years ago would be 2 years ago, so 21.
A couple. It was a while ago.
I've been doing this 27 years. Hold on.
Damn, 27 years.
Every male I've ever talked to that said they don't know their social security number is lying. That's my history. And then hold on, that's a known fact. So if you're telling them you don't,
He's not lying though, unless you just don't have the social security. Like that should be like a heartbeat type thing. Like nigga, I know that by heart. I literally could lose my memory and still know that.
know your social security number. Hold on. Why do you keep interrupting? That means you're lying. Stop.
I'm just not giving out my social security to 12.
You pulled a bunch of cashier's checks, okay? What contracting company are you using? Because I'm going to call them.
If I have a number, I'll give you their phone number.
So you have no idea the name of the contracting company you're using, that you're giving thousands of dollars.
Cops had the suspect completely brain dead and weren't joking around. They could have caught his lies all day if they wanted to, but unfortunately had to stop once they received the true confirmation that he was a scammer.
Just residential houses.
And he's a 64-year-old male, 6 foot, 170, brown and brown. Per his license.
Avon.
There's Hudson. There's Lockwood,
Copy, thank you.
Aurora. There are any number of U.S. banks that are way closer.
Well, I can tell you, David, he's a 64-year-old male who's 6 foot, 170 pounds.
Do me a favor, stand up, put your hands
You're like
behind
5'7",
your
right?
back.
5'8".
Stand up, put your hands behind your
You're
back.
not 6 foot.
5'7"
I'm
ish.
5'7".
Right.
What's that have to do with anything?
Damn, I'm
It means
good.
you're lying, as usual. Like I told you. So why don't you stop your thing and tell us your real name and ID?
So tell us who you really are.
Because we don't really care. We just want to do our job.
Tell us who you really are. We're just going to send you as a John Doe, and that'll be a lot worse for you.
I'm sorry. What do you have to do?
Okay, we will.
Never had a Colorado ID either.
You and I are going to go sit down and approve you.
So he's got like pay all of these people pay like thousands and thousands of dollars. Thousands of dollars. I don't know what kind of fraud he's doing. He's got bank account numbers all over the place. Checking account numbers all over the place. Dude, he's doing a fraud. He's doing a good one too.
Got like 31,000
Told you.
bucks.
The man tried to steal $31,000 from the bank, and the interaction suggested to the officers that he was only a pawn, scared of coming clean and giving the main guys up.
Reggie Miranda, what's your cut out of all this? How much do you get?
Probably about 25%.
I get drugs.
You get
That's
drugs?
That's what I need.
What's your drug of choice?
I do dope. Heroin.
Heroin? Okay. So you steal all this money for heroin. How much heroin
Female
do you
hero,
get?
got it.
Listen, it's a bad situation. I know.
Are you getting a lot of heroin?
No, I don't.
Just enough to get you high?
They keep me like that.
Do they? Okay.
That's how they force me.
Okay.
To do it. That's,
Yeah, I got you. Okay.
Joseph was charged with misrepresenting identity, identity fraud, and theft. His scam stood no chance against these officers, but the next officers were so brutal, they made the scammer go on his knees and apologize to them.
He fell onto the knees when the law came.
Get up!
What's he about to go do?
On June 23rd, 2024, Illinois officers pulled over a man
Yo.
accused of asking people for money, but things only got worse for him as the stop progressed.
Hey, how you doing, man? Hey, where you at? Were you asking for money earlier?
No, I'm looking for job application. For job apologize.
Okay, do you have ID on you?
Apologize, and Roberto.
No, are you okay? You have insurance too?
He says sorry.
You have a few calls on you, my man.
Apologize.
Okay. You don't you have a physical license on you at all?
Physically. Apologize.
You see, the Romanian was also accused of assaulting different people on the road, including a woman and her kids, after they refused to buy products from him.
Oh, he
While
was
he begged to
banned?
be
What's real?
spared, the officers had very different plans for him.
So you think it's appropriate to pin a woman in and bang on her window with 2 children in the car and scare the entire family?
Yeah, stand up.
I'm not from here. I know you're not from here. How many calls we got to get on you? And you're banging on a woman's window with 2 kids in the car. In what world is that appropriate?
I'm apologies because not from here. I'm
So it's appropriate to bang on a window with kids in the car?
Definitely not in Romania. Not a place.
How many freaking phone calls we get on you for this? You're out here all last night doing the same shit. Where's all this stuff from?
What is it?
Where's all this from?
Fool, what am I looking at?
You don't have to be from here to understand that what you're doing is a bunch of
You understand?
Sit down.
Google translates a thing. It's 2024 in this video.
You ain't gonna do that out. I'm sorry. Once we get done here and we release you, if we don't have anything to arrest you, you better get the out of this town and not come back. You understand?
You know what I'm saying?
Do you understand what I'm saying? I don't want to hear an apology. You better get the out of this town and not come back. Do you understand? We're not gonna have some banging on people's windows, scaring a fucking woman with kids in the goddamn. What the fuck is wrong with you?
Entering their town and harassing their citizens was a no-no for the officers, who were sure to let him know. But things only got worse when he refused to give a real ID and claimed he only spoke Spanish.
Spanish?
Yep.
Speak English.
Yep. Shut the f up. You don't speak goddamn Spanish. What the fuck's wrong with you? What's your name?
Yo, that officer have a bad day. You talking about cue ball?
Say it again.
Baldy?
Well, that's not the name that's on here.
Stone Cold Steve Austin?
Dicar is the brother, my brother, Dicar.
What is your name?
Yeah, that's definitely Romanian.
It's the brother, Dicar.
Who is this?
It's brother.
Brother?
Yes, Jim, Sam.
Well, why would you identify yourself as your brother?
Because Dicar is the brother, not mine.
So you...
But how does that make sense, brother?
He's obstructing identification.
Right. Who's this?
Cousin.
It's three brother. 1, 2, 3 brother.
Why you have IDs?
So?
Why you have their IDs?
This is you?
Si. No? Yes, cameras.
This is you?
CV.
It's you.
He appeared sorry, but reports show that he had done this in other states and jurisdictions, only to continue scamming people. So it was no surprise that he had a warrant for his arrest.
So, felony for sure. He's got a freaking warrant. So, felony for sure. This fake name, knowing that you got a warrant. Put him in the back of the squad car.
The officers found documents belonging to different people in the car, leading to suspicions that he was also impersonating people. But this was just one of the many things they would find.
They all have the same serial number.
What are those? AirPods?
So,
Oh, these are something different.
yeah, these are all the same serial number. There was one that was different. That one. That's why I had them on stacked. Oh, okay.
These are go
Dumbass.
So they're counterfeit.
Counterfeit what though?
They drive around stealing people. A lot of these guys are the change guys, but they will try to sell you jewelry and steal you with selling you. So they'll replace it with their shit
And take your
and sell your bitch. So
No, y'all don't be feeling that.
The man was arrested and charged with selling counterfeit products, driving while license suspended, operating a vehicle without insurance, and obstructing identification. He had no chance to lie because he couldn't even speak English correctly. However, the next scammer happens to be a lawyer, and trying to defend herself wouldn't go so well for her. On April 6, 2023, officers arrived at a bank on reports that a woman was trying to deposit fake checks.
Ma'am, can I speak to you for a second?
Yeah, sure.
All right. I guess what's going on with your account?
I don't know. That's what I'm trying to figure out.
All right. Do you have your ID with you?
She has it.
She has it?
Yes.
All right. What's your name?
She has all the information.
Okay. Here, let's go over to the counter.
I was going to use the restroom.
Well, give it a second, all right?
Okay, thank you.
All right. Here, let's just go to the counter here. Could you see that we get her ID? I guess there's some confusion about who you are and what your accounts are.
Remember FDIC?
Yeah. Can we go outside?
No.
Oh.
Here, have a seat right here for me. Here, have a seat. Have a seat. All right. Now, who gave you this check?
It's right here.
Okay. And what did they give you the check for?
I'm a lawyer, so.
Ah.
All right.
The bank manager informed officers that she had stolen over $50,000 by depositing fake checks and then withdrawing the cash into her personal account. But there was something different about this particular scam attempt that would lead to her arrest.
So she's been coming into 2 branches the last few weeks withdrawing money. We got an email from back office yesterday that this is not the client. This actual person this is not her.
That's not her.
We got emails yesterday from back office that person has not came into a branch at all.
Right.
She lives in Coral Gables. That's where she does all her banking. She does not come to Delray.
So
she came in yesterday, and immediately after I did the transaction, we received emails from the representative for the client, because they're actually kind of a high-level client. And so yeah, they confirmed that she is not the client.
So I'm on the phone. This client is right now in a police station in Miami right now. The actual lady is in a police station right now.
Have her speak to an officer to get a sworn statement.
Sworn statement.
Yeah, a sworn statement, if possible on video. If not, paper is good.
Perfect.
Okay.
So she wasn't just depositing a fake check, but had impersonated a high-profile lawyer whose account she wanted to send the money to before ultimately sending it to hers. So by now, the officers knew she wasn't actually a lawyer, but a complete fraud, and would treat her accordingly.
You have the right to remain silent and not answer any questions. Do you understand? You have the right to remain. Any statement you make must be freely and voluntarily given. Do you understand?
Oh, this man can't read. He read the
You have the
same
right to
line
the presence
on
and
the first time.
representation of a lawyer of your choice before you make any statements and during any questioning. Do you understand? Okay.
I didn't know you could make it through the academy without the ability to read. This is crazy.
All right. I guess the big question is, while I have your driver's license in hand, what's your real name?
No, it's not. No. I thought you was an attorney.
You can do that.
Thank you.
All right, I'm going to place you under arrest.
Yes, sir.
Okay, if you could just, I'm placing you under arrest for fraud.
Okay.
All right. What we're going to do is I'm going to collect some information. You want to hang with her for a second while I get some of the supporting stuff? I guess you were here yesterday. You withdrew some money? Okay.
I'm just going to talk to my attorney.
All right.
She wasn't a lawyer, but understood quite well that the officer didn't read her rights to have a friendly chat, and not much changed once in cuffs and in an interrogation room.
He said he read you Miranda already. Do you understand all that? Okay. Would you like to speak with me for a few minutes?
No, I just want to talk to my attorney.
Look, I know she do fraud. I know she a scammer, but I appreciate you. A reason why I appreciate you again is too many times where people ask for their lawyer and then start speaking to the police. There's nothing to speak about. I asked for my lawyer. I'm not waiving my rights. No. The fact that you even came in here talking about some, well, he already read your Miranda rights, right? Yeah. And I already asked for a lawyer as well. So you don't even have to sit down with me, respectfully. All right?
Okay, and you said you did get her real name and everything? Okay. Okay.
Thank you.
She was charged with misrepresenting identity fraud, and theft, and was initially given 9 months of probation. However, while on probation, she committed more fraud, which eventually turned into a federal investigation.
Offense with fraud, you only get 9 months probation. Now, granted, it's 9 months probation, but if you telling me if I got away with it beforehand, I got like a little 50 bands, right? Because she said she got 50 bands, or she was trying to get 50 bands. I got a little 50 bands the first time. After I get away with it the first time, why would I keep committing the crime? I'm out of there. Now I gotta go flip this illegal 50 bands. I'm not understanding. But you clearly wasn't successful after you got caught. I would assume this is like the third time I'm doing this. It can't be. You can't get caught in your first try and then keep going. That's crazy. That's insane work. That should be a sign from God. If you ever get caught doing illegal, on the first time ever doing illegal, you should never do that again, ever in life.
If you're enjoying this video, please like and subscribe. She found it easy to defraud people because she had no personal relationship with them. However, the next scammers were exposed after they tried to scam an 82-year-old man they were paid to take care of.
No, that's wild work.
She is a caregiver for him?
She's a caregiver for him.
On March 13th, 2024, a bank called officers to report 2 women suspected to be fraudsters.
Casey Riedemann is her father, and she's on the account too. They came to try to cash this check. The signature didn't match. I couldn't get a hold of him, so then I called her.
Yes, ma'am.
And so she was able to get in touch with her father, who said that he did not write the check. She is a caregiver for him?
She's a caregiver for him, and he said that she took off of the checks and the cars, and he was trying to get the car back. So the car is actually my dad's as well.
Car and
the checks.
And the checks.
And he never gave him permission.
Okay, is your dad here local in town?
He's in TRC.
Okay.
Yeah, that's
and this is the lady that's trying to cash the check?
She's out there. That's Jessica. I don't know which one. I don't know.
They're drivers.
The hired caregivers for the 82-year-old man stole his car and now wanted to cash a fraudulent check within a month of employment. This was extremely shocking and distasteful, and they would try to lie their way out of it.
All right. So he gave you one check today?
No, yesterday.
Yesterday. He gave you one check. What was the check for?
It was working for him for 4 days.
Okay.
Because I have an expired ID, so I can't cash a check. So it goes under my girlfriend's name.
Okay, so you were working, how much was the amount of the check?
Why would you not just renew your ID? Unless you're a scammer, I don't know.
How much?
600.
Okay, so you wrote
this check.
So yesterday he took his checkbook out and he told your girlfriend to write it out for him because he can't. And he did it for $600.
Yes.
Okay, and he signed it himself.
Yes.
Okay, he signed it himself. Gave you the check, okay? Now, the vehicle, where's the vehicle from?
The vehicle's from him. He let us use it as a payment
Since when?
I could go back and look at messages. I don't know. It was maybe the beginning of March. I really don't know.
Okay. The 20th of March, but this video clearly says 2024, March 13th. 2024, March 13th. And she said he let her borrow the car on March 20th. You only been working there a month, so it couldn't have been last year. What the hell are you talking about? What the hell are you talking about?
Okay, that's when he lent you the vehicle.
But he also did call it in stolen the first time. Because this isn't the first time he's called a vehicle in stolen on me and other people.
Okay, so why would you take the car?
What do you mean? He let us.
Yeah, he let you, but knowing that, hey, this guy...
I didn't know until the police officer told me. We got pulled over. And he said, oh, fair warning, he does that a lot. And I was like he gets mad and he does that.
Okay.
So I was like, okay, just, you know.
Okay, but that's what I mean. That was the first time.
Yeah, I mean...
Why would you take
it again? Take it again, knowing.
Probably do it again.
He never said nothing. If he would have said to leave it, I would have said, okay, let me call my mom, let me clear my stuff out. I have no problem leaving the vehicle. Okay. He never voiced it to me that he wanted it there.
Did you have property inside that vehicle that belongs to you, and you guys have been using it since March 5th? It's your vehicle.
March 5th, you know, she just said March 20th.
Well, not ours, but we are using it. Like, we are going to start making payments, but we do have property.
Oh, so you're going to start making payments?
Yes, we haven't started making payments. No.
Okay.
That's why I had no problem leaving it if he wanted me to leave it.
Getting pulled over multiple times for driving a stolen car would tell most people they didn't have the owner's permission to drive the car. But these suspects thought differently. Their role as caregivers was very questionable at this point, and adding signature forgery to the equation made things much worse.
Surprised that the signature does not match your bank. His signature that was on that check. Surprised on that. I mean, somebody forged his signature.
No, other than that. Well, I still have, I just wrote it.
So you're admitting that you wrote the check?
Yes.
You filled it out. You didn't.
I did not sign it.
And who told you to make it for 600?
Yes.
It was in 60.
I wrote 3 checks. And he signed it.
Which checks were those for?
It was the 600, a 500, a 10, and then $90 one.
How does any of that make sense?
Okay. Well, That's where I'm at.
That range
Now,
is
I'm
wild.
surprised if I told you that you guys didn't have permission to take the truck.
We did have permission. It's just he got upset because she didn't want to change, and so we just said, Ken, we'll just be back later when you're not angry. And instead of coming back and having to drive all the way from Array to, because we were visiting my grandparents, so driving from there to there, I called him and he said, no, I don't want you to come. I said, okay. So since we told him we would not be back to his house since he got upset, we have not stepped foot at his house.
And they would never step foot at his house again. Trying to cash the fake check and driving the vehicle earned her charges of unlawful taking of a motor vehicle and forgery and fraud. Some people would agree that stealing from the elderly is horrible since they're weak and helpless. However, this woman is 61 years old and even that couldn't stop her from scamming other elderly people. On May 19th, 2023, officers arrived at a bank concerning an ongoing fraud.
I didn't know they had granny scamming. This is what I'm saying, bro. Anybody can be a scammer, bro. It's not just Nigerians, y'all.
Okay, let's go talk in here.
Sure, hi.
You ready?
Yes, I can. So this is the ID that she came in with?
What's your name, ma'am?
We are very familiar with
Okay.
She's correct. I'm not.
Definitely a granny.
Okay. Want to hang out with her for a second? Sure.
Or I'll pocket.
She entered the bank with a fake ID, claiming to be a woman named Cheryl, not knowing that Cheryl was a well-known customer and even visited earlier that day. So she was in a pretty tight spot and would try to excuse her actions by claiming she was only doing as instructed.
That driver's license, where did you get that from?
He gave it to me. I don't.
Do you know how he came about?
No. I know he asked to take my picture the first time I met him.
Okay.
That's how he got I wondered how he got my picture. But no, I don't. He handed it to me.
What was the whole discussion you guys had?
Over money.
Like, what about? Just walk me through it if you don't mind.
Did I want to make some money?
Okay. What were you offering to pay?
Who doesn't want to make money?
It just depends on what I can pull out. I don't want to know.
What was your plan today?
Well, I need to make $400 in a car payment to make. I've lost my job.
I understand that, and I'm sorry to hear that.
So I was to come to here.
Okay.
Wherever this was appropriate. And I make a withdrawal and I get he just hands me whatever.
That slip that the other officer has over there.
Out.
You filled that out? Okay. And I can't see it from here. Can you just verbally tell me what it says?
It's the date, her signature, and I was going to write down the amount. I think the young girl did that for me because I asked for a checking balance first.
Okay. So did you guys have a set amount that you were coming in here asking for?
We'll find out what the checking account balance is, and then go from there.
Okay.
If there was 5,000, take 3. If there's 10,000, take 9. Yeah, the person was just looking for the person to.
How long?
Because I didn't plan this with him. He had this all planned. Who
was he?
Obviously knew how to do whatever they did there.
The woman acted remorseful and claimed a stranger was the mastermind, but it was hard for the officers to pity her because this wasn't the first or even second time she'd stolen money from elderly people.
How many times have you done this for him?
Twice.
Twice including today or twice additionally to today?
Twice before today.
Where did you do that at?
It wasn't in Jolene.
When was that?
Might have been Monday. Today's Friday.
Yes, ma'am.
Monday.
What did you remember what you withdrew that day? What amount?
5,000.
3,000.
How much did he give you from that?
300.
300?
I'm dead. Monica, what are you doing? You taking all the risk by going in the bank and trying to get this off. You give him 3,000 and you get 10%? 10%? Well, you could at least ask for a ban. What?
And then the time in Indiana, what day was that on?
Monday.
Also, same
Yeah.
day?
Later in the afternoon.
How much did you take out in that time?
I don't remember, sir.
Well, what, like approximately?
It was under 5,000.
How much you get? 5 again?
How much did he give you for that one? 2,000?
No.
200?
He's not even paying you in continuous rates. Like, it's not even like, okay, boom, you getting 10% every time. That nigga just dropping off bread. Like, bro, I would have took the money and never seen that nigga again. Especially after the first time, and I gave you 3,000 and you gave me 300. But I'm not about to see what you about to give me next time. I'm just gonna leave. Have a nice day at the bank. I'm going home. Like, no, $200? Was it American? Seemed like you getting finessed.
200, yes.
It could have been dollars.
More than a couple hundred. You're gonna take me away, aren't you?
Duh. Is water wet?
That's what we're gonna
Is
find
the sea
out, okay?
salty?
I mean, obviously, it's clear
Is grass
you've
green?
done some wrong.
I know.
Since she was 61 years old, you'd expect the woman to feel bad for taking money from fellow elderly citizens and stop, but she only felt bad because she was now caught and likely wouldn't be able to do this again.
What's that, honey?
Fraudulent ID.
I've never been handcuffed, so I mean, no face with
No,
my
you're
hands.
fine. You're fine.
What are you doing?
You can twist a little bit.
Ow, ow, ow.
So you don't have to lean on them.
Okay.
Okay?
Yeah.
Crying just like my grandma.
The woman was charged with fraud against a financial institution and possession or display of a fraudulent ID. Although some might consider her remorse to be fake, she eventually owned up to her crimes and accepted arrest. However, this scammer was basically caught in the act and still denied to the end.
For what? I don't have no right to be arrested. And I wasn't driving. Oh, I'm tired of this.
On April 8th, 2024, officers searching for a stolen car found it parked by the side of the road, but immediately noticed someone in the driver's seat move to the passenger seat.
What's going on, man? You just riding in the car by yourself? I didn't see you jump over?
No.
Get out the car.
That wasn't me.
Yeah, it was.
No, it wasn't.
All right. Who was it then?
They just went in there.
No, they didn't.
Yeah, they did.
Why are you lying?
Is she
to me?
seeing
Stop
ghosts?
reaching around the car.
Huh?
Stop reaching around the car.
Copy.
Why they let you pull off with this car like that?
Copy, control.
I don't know. She just told me to go to the gas station.
Why would they let you pull off with the car?
Thank you.
I don't know. What's the problem?
The owner of the vehicle handed it to this woman she met on Craigslist for a test run, but she drove off with it without making payment and refused to return it almost an hour later. The officers caught her in the front seat, so there was no escaping this. However, she had very different plans.
No. Hold on.
Put your hands behind your back.
I'm not. You didn't see me driving the car.
Okay, yes.
So I'm not
no one
doing
got
that.
out of the car. All right, just go ahead, put your hands.
Someone did get out the car.
Where'd they go?
They-
Where'd they go?
Right there.
Who is it?
Right there.
What's their name? Here, put your hands together like you pray.
No, because I didn't do anything.
Here.
First and foremost, no one prays backwards. No one prays backwards. No one prays like this, brother. No one prays like this, brother. Hey, when y'all say that, no one prays like this, brother. Maybe like this, but not like this. What are you talking about?
Stop.
Get off of me. You can't arrest me for not driving.
You're being detained right now.
I didn't do anything.
I was gonna say, put your hands behind your back and put them together like you're being arrested.
Okay. Where's the title at?
Can I get the car? Can I get the title? She just gave it to me.
I can get it for you.
She just gave it to me.
Where is it?
Check the welfare.
Just stay right there. You can just tell me. Verbalize.
Store is,
Hold on.
I'm getting the title.
You're not going in the car.
The title right there.
In this thing?
Yes.
You're not going in the car.
Lift up. There go the title right there.
Thank you.
I mean, that doesn't mean anything, but.
But no, I'm saying they just gave me the test drive for it. Yeah.
Yeah, who's they?
Pat and them. I met them.
Pat and them.
I met them off of Craigslist.
White male, black male.
Black male, white female. That's the title right there. I'm supposed to be test driving, me and my boyfriend.
Where'd you meet him at today?
This is, huh?
Where'd you meet him at today?
Craigslist.
Where'd you meet him at today to get this car?
Craigslist, sir.
No,
where?
Craigslist is not a physical place.
We met him right down here on by the BP.
What was he wearing?
He had a black hoodie on, black sweatpants.
That nondescript ass description.
Why would they give me the title if it was supposed to be some? You know what I'm saying?
It probably was left in the car.
They still have their belongings and everything.
I don't understand why you lied and say somebody else was driving it, and then you told me you was test driving it.
Well, I was taking it to the mechanic to have him look at it.
But why lie? You
How does
see
any
what
of
he
that
already
make sense?
compounded a lie?
I compounded the lie because...
Why'd you jump over in the passenger seat then?
Because I haven't got the title transferred yet.
You said nothing about test driving it until you found out it was stolen.
Well, that's because y'all just said it's stolen, but
Then
I have the title.
Why'd you hop over in the passenger seat?
Jumping out of the driver's seat was enough to expose the theft, and seeing the title in the car was no surprise as it was about to be sold.
Right.
Talking herself out of the situation was impossible, and the officers had enough to place her under arrest, but this is where things got physical.
I can't go to jail for having a stolen car, and I haven't even bought the car yet. Give me my
Wait,
stuff.
that would constitute being stolen though.
Arrested me for nothing.
What?
That's driving a car that was given to me with the title. Okay, but that's a setup. That is a setup.
I completely understand.
So why the f am I going to jail when they just set me up? No,
You set yourself
Get
up.
off of me. No, get off of me.
Why would you test drive the vehicle, not bring it back so you can pay for the vehicle?
Miss, calm down. I'm gonna read you Miranda.
No, unarrest me because I wasn't driving the car.
Miss. Just calm down.
No,
Take a deep breath.
I done been through enough.
I know,
And y'all
I
keep f***ing me over.
I'm not-
That just gave me that car with the title, and I didn't even buy it and took my money. How the
It's about to be the end of the video, and she's about to wild out. But I just want to say, throughout all of these instances that we've seen, almost every cop was chill, calm. I mean, like they doing their thing out there, bro. And I'm actually surprised. Not surprised, because that just makes it seem like it never happens. But you know, it's a nice change of pace. There was only one cop that was just doing too much with the obscenities, but nigga, little buddy threatening females and children in the back of a vehicle. I would get pissed off too, but you gotta calm the temperament down a little bit. Everybody else, man, good job today.
am I going to jail?
How much did you pay for the car?
The hell I haven't even bought it yet.
How much is he asking?
He only want 300.
Shorty.
So who is this dude?
No. You want to? I'd rather. No, I'd rather. Before I
You rather
go
die? It's
to
crazy.
jail. No.
Snatches.
Y'all people all the time. Y'all people all the time, please. Take my f***ing life because I don't want to live.
You gonna get wrapped.
I don't want to live. They took
He said you gonna get
everything
wrapped.
from me.
Here, I'm gonna sit it up.
They taking everything from me. No, they took it all.
What the hell is Dave? I don't know, bro. It might be the voices in her head.
Look what he did to me.
And she's trying to get out the cuss.
It's just want to keep hurting me.
While no one likes going to jail, this was especially unfortunate for the suspect, as she was on probation after leaving jail less than a month ago and was now on her way back there. She could either prove her innocence, take responsibility, or keep lying, and it was no surprise what she went with.
Yeah, keep lying.
I'm tired of it. I didn't That's the only thing I had to look forward to. And you
Impulse control, impulse control.
I'm not your blood. Act like you blessing me. You ain't blessing me with
Yeah, this video is scary. The last 16 seconds is probably just gonna go off into more obscenities. I'm trying to figure out which one was like the craziest or most disrespectful one. Scammer wise, the one that's most surprising is probably the old lady. Like, you 61 years old. Now, I can understand you being gullible and getting pulled into this random ass plot from this random ass guy. But the fact that you're not trying to expose him makes me either believe that you are related to this random guy somehow, or it's cap. So either or, but you getting finessed and only getting 10% or less from taking thousands of dollars from people is ridiculous. Like, I wouldn't even have signed up for that. That makes no sense. If you're not giving me a band or better, what are we talking about? Shorty, at the end, you could have stopped this, literally just pull back up with the car after the test drive and give this man the $300 that you say that he only wants for the car, which isn't really believable unless the car is just a bucket. And if it's a bucket, why are we buying it? Crazy work. That's really all my thoughts. Make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe, share the video, share your thoughts on the video in the comment section below. Hit the notification bell so you can stay up to date when I drop videos on this channel. I will catch you in the next one. Stay safe, y'all.
Everything I'm seeing, I achieve it, bitch, we best. Everything I'm seeing, I achieve it, bitch, we best. Everything Everything I'm seeing, I achieved it, bitch, you best believe it. It has been my Nintendo switch it, though, kick it with my kinfolk. Haters just be talking, so I really do not need their info. Yeah, their info. Yeah.